How do we balance healthy trust with those that have earned our trust? What is healthy trust and what isn't? At this point, I think I should never fully trust anyone that they would never betray me. Am I off the mark? I can expect loyalty, but never think it's a for sure done deal with anyone. This feels right, and yet it doesn't. This is a very complicated question, and the answer is very complicated. It goes back to what I was saying about we have to be reconnected with ourself and not living in a place where we're constantly responding to what other people are doing or living in fear about what other people might do. That's that place of peace that we want to live in. And we can get there. I live in that place. So, a part of it is understanding our super traits. I mentioned a few of them, being kind and loving and patient and hardworking. We have to understand the parts of us that might potentially make us vulnerable to abuse in the future and stop doing what's called leading with our super traits. So, like for instance, a lot of us are very high on levels of trust. So if we know that about ourselves, then we understand that we need to be much more cautious and not just go to that place of trusting somebody. I know that's an issue for me. Even still, I have to always remember, yeah, because I'm an overtruster. But I'm aware of it. And so I can work with that because I'm aware of it. And I don't blame myself for being an overtruster. I just work with it because I don't really want to change the core me. I like having the super traits. I love being compassionate and caring and a really good friend and safe and trusting. I like that about myself. I don't want to change me and become tough and self-defending all the time. But I want to be safe. So the other thing is that as you learn to identify these character disordered narcissistic people that are out there, you know that you have to have a different relationship with a character disordered person and a non-character disordered person. But also, even if you have friends who are not character disordered, you can pay attention to how committed are they to their own healing? How committed are they to taking responsibility for what's going on in their life and reactions that they have that may or may not cause you harm? I mean, I have three very, very, very close friends, and each one of them, they're committed to their own work. We have honest relationships. We talk about stuff that comes up. And I do know that they will never betray me. I can trust that. But they've earned my trust, which is another part of your question. They've been friends of mine for, well, coming on 9 years, 10 years, and 20 years. And so they've earned my trust. And so, there's a lot of layers to your question. But I think ultimately, another part of it is you need to come to the place where you're so healed in yourself and confident and strong, and you know how resilient you are, that you also know that if somebody does betray you, it's not going to kill you, that you can survive it. And that's part of us being able to not be barricaded in that prison, but instead being able to really interact with people and know that we're safe. And, there's a difference between somebody hurting us unintentionally and it feeling like betrayal and true betrayal. And, malicious betrayal happens with character disordered people, but being hurt can happen with good people. So you have to start to understand how to sort that through. Because, if a good friend of mine hurts me, I'm not going to just shut her down and throw her out of my life. I'm going to work it out. So anyway, those are just some of my thoughts. It's a complex question, and it's something that in Arise you'll be able to work through the answers for yourself as you really, really reconnect with yourself on every level and build up your self-leadership and that sense of safety that you have with yourself and that trust you have in yourself.